In this podcast episode, Dr. John Lennox, a mathematician, professor, and author, discusses the interplay between ethical faith, reason, and the empirical world that makes up the scientific endeavor. He challenges the notion that there is an unbridgeable gap between the scientific way of looking at the world and the Christian way of looking at the world. Lennox argues that the relationship between science and Christianity is much closer than commonly believed. Lennox points out that the belief in the intelligibility of the world and the capacity of human beings to think are axioms of faith that are necessary for the emergence of science. He emphasizes that the doctrine of creation is the underlying presupposition that allowed people to engage in scientific inquiry. He also highlights the role of revelation in shaping our understanding of the universe, suggesting that the universe is not simply a product of natural, unguided forces, but rather the product of a rational and intelligent creator. The conversation delves into the ethical dimension of scientific inquiry, emphasizing the importance of ethical decision-making in the pursuit of scientific truth. Lennox and the host discuss the role of generosity, fairness, and critical thinking in the scientific endeavor, highlighting the ethical underpinnings of scientific conduct. The discussion also touches on the nature of thought and hypothesis generation in science. Lennox explores the idea that scientific hypotheses often arise from a felt lack, a humble search for a solution, and a revelation or insight that springs forth from the void. He suggests that the process of scientific inquiry involves a deep engagement with ethical and existential questions, as well as a commitment to the pursuit of truth. Lennox also addresses the dangers of self-deification and the rise of transhumanism, where individuals seek to elevate themselves to the status of gods through technological advancements. He argues that this pursuit is not only dangerous, but also futile, as the creation of a transcendent entity does not guarantee the attainment of godlike qualities. The conversation also touches on the limitations of scientific and technological advancements, particularly in the realm of genetic engineering and transhumanist ideals. Lennox emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations in scientific pursuits, highlighting the need for wisdom and moral judgment in determining the direction of scientific research. The discussion delves into the implications of the biblical narrative of the Garden of Eden, where the temptation to be as gods is linked to the desire to define good and evil as subjective creatures. Lennox suggests that the prohibition against eating the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil signifies the existence of absolute moral guidelines. The conversation continues with a focus on the concept of morality and its transcendental nature. Dr. Lennox emphasizes the importance of recognizing the existence of moral axioms that are not within the realm of human manipulation. He highlights the danger of seeking moral knowledge solely from subjective or consensus-based sources, as it can lead to catastrophic outcomes, as seen in the case of Nazi Germany. The discussion then delves into the idea of sacrifice, both in the context of human relationships and the Christian faith. Dr. Peterson and Dr. Lennox explore the concept of voluntary confrontation and the transformative power it holds. They draw parallels between psychological insights and theological principles, highlighting the importance of facing fears and embracing the potential for growth and resilience. Dr. Lennox also touches on the Christian perspective of sacrifice, emphasizing the central role of God's sacrifice in the redemption of humanity. He discusses the theological significance of sacrifice and its impact on human orientation towards the future, particularly in the face of mortality. The conversation concludes with a focus on the Christian hope of resurrection and the transformative power of faith. Dr. Lennox highlights the profound impact of embracing the Christian narrative, offering a sense of hope and purpose in the face of mortality and uncertainty.